And that energy inspired my son, Dan, who was just 7 years old when we moved to Kenya. But that sense of what Teddy Roosevelt says, do what you can with what you have where you are,
Right.
if you need something done, roll up sleeves, figure it out and go do it, don't mess around. And that's what he ended up doing. And when he was about 14, a young scholarship kid, his school needed a heart operation. No way that anybody was going to pay for it. So he created Operation Restore a Heart and had wild parties in my backyard and found every possible way to raise money to save this little girl, which they did. He then went on when he was about 15, 16 to take on a Maasai family. And the Maasai are the ones who wear the red togas and
Right.
trumpet are so amazing.
Yeah.
But he sold the Maasai jewelry from the mama.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so he helped her help herself to get these kids in school. And then when he was 19, he had visited a refugee camp in Malawi the previous summer with a friend in a battered old rickety Land Rover. He realized that they'd had no wells, that people were traveling 3 to 4 miles with water on. They had the women.
That's
So
right.
he led a group of 15 kids to go across Africa to bring aid to that refugee camp
Yeah.
and do the wells. And then he was 21. He heard that there was potential for a famine in Somalia. So together with a young Reuters journalist, he went in and took the photographs that inspired the world to start Operation Restore Hope. So I'm really proud of him, but it's not, again, Africa.
Yes.
Do it, damn it,
Yes.
just do it.
Yes. In spirit, in your spirit, I can see the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
You're strongest in the broken places, whatever. I literally am a compendium of quotes about getting up when you're down. And I'll tell the story of, my son was killed when he was 22. And honestly, the rage and the grief that I felt would have killed me unless I turned it into something positive. And that was the intention, is to transform the horror of the deaths of 4 young journalists into a force for good. And that's really mobilized me many, many times. Many times I've failed so disastrously and noisily. And it's like holding that vision of what you're here to do. And I call it spark. It's a spark compass. So I've devised this little compass in my soul that I'm sharing with other people, because I think it can provide an ongoing vision of how we can get to where we want to get and how we must get there, because we cannot falter.